everybody, and welcome back to Gaming on Caffeine. My name is Isaac, and we are back for episode 14 of FTB Infinity Evolved. Over the last few episodes, we've been doing quite a lot of magic. We've been doing a lot of Thaumcraft, quite a bit of Botania, and a ton of witchery, more than I've ever done before. But one of the magic mods that we have yet to really dive into is blood magic, and that's the one that we kind of need to dive into next, because as I mentioned a few times now, the way that the magic mods work within this mod pack is they all move up together. So if we want to progress and do more stuff in Botania, more stuff in Thaumcraft, and more stuff in witchery, some of the higher tier stuff, we actually need to progress with blood magic, because right now we do not have a good enough blood magic setup to do some of the late game Thaumcraft stuff, which is something that I kind of want to get into pretty soon. So today's episode is going to be focused on upgrading our blood altar and getting a good solid blood magic setup up and running. Now, the big problem with blood magic, at least in the early game, is actually getting blood into the altar, because unlike other mods like thermal expansion or anything that requires redstone flux is fairly easy to get. You know, you put down a machine, you put coal in it, and usually it makes power, right? But with blood magic, the power is your blood, your life essence, which is a little weird, and therefore what you gotta do is you gotta stand here and give away your own HP to get that life essence. So one of the first things that we need to do is work on setting up a system that means that we no longer have to do that. That means that we can get more life points, more blood life essence into the blood altar without giving up our own HP, and that's exactly what we're gonna do today, because there is actually a really cool way you can do it using the Dagger of Sacrifice, this one over here, which basically allows you to kill any mobs on top of your blood altar and have the blood or the life essence from those mobs go into the altar instead of using your own. And so what I've done since the end of last episode is I have procured myself a division sigil. These things are from extra utilities. There are two ways that I know of that you can get them. One is by killing the Wither. I didn't kill the Wither between episodes, guys, don't worry. The other is that you can find them in a dungeon chest whilst you're kind of down about mining. Now, the problem with playing on a server like I am right now, there are a few other people online, and there are a lot more people that come on kind of throughout the day, is that most of the dungeons within like a 1,000 block radius have all been looted. So what I did is I contacted Powder Witch, who is online right now, who was kind enough to give me one of his spare divination sigils. So we now have one of those sitting here, and what we're going to do for the start of today's episode is we're going to try and activate that so that we can get ourselves some cursed earth, and then we can use that cursed earth to actually start to spawn some mobs and get them to fall onto our blood altar. Now, there are a few issues with this plan. So, for those who don't know, Cursed Earth, if I type it in over here, is this like pink grass block here. And what happens is, it spawns mobs constantly, no matter what the situation. As long as it is down and there are no other sources of light around it, it will just constantly spawn mobs. The problem is, the way you get it is by activating the Division Sigil's ritual, which has to be done on grass, and then what you can do, if you want, is you can pick up the Cursed Earth, but only if you have Silk Touch. If you try and pick it up normally, it will do what grass does, and it will turn into dirt. This is a problem because we could do it out here. We don't have a Silk Touch tool, by the way, which is problem number one. So if we did the ritual like out here somewhere, we wouldn't be able to get the Cursed Earth. Now, originally I was going to go ahead and make what's known as a Silky Crystal from Tinker's Construct and make a Tinker's tool that has Silk Touch on it. However, the recipe for this has been changed to require a block of emeralds, and I searched far and wide for a village or an extreme hills biome. I did find 3 villages if we go to waypoints here, and you can see I have village 1, village 2, and village 3. Those are kind of all about the place, but none of them had villages in. They were all empty, which is ridiculous. I also couldn't find an extreme hills biome, so I decided we're not going to do that. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take the grass up to the top of our dome here. Now, I did add a little bit of an extra building up here, which doesn't look the best, but it would work. So right now we have some dirt up here, and the plan is to have all of this dirt turn into cursed earth, have that cursed earth spawn mobs, have those mobs get pushed down into the middle, and they will land directly on top of the blood altar. The final problem in this little section here is that the ritual has to be done on grass, not on dirt. So, again, we run into that same issue where we need to get grass up to the top of this dome so that the mobs can fall down. And that is where blood magic comes to the rescue, because there is actually a way to make grass in blood magic using the alchemical chemistry set. We need a dirt, a bone meal, 2 seeds, and then 200 life points within a blood orb of any kind. So one of the first things we're going to have to do is make ourselves another chemistry set. We made 2 last episode for the alchemical catalyst, and quite simply, it is just a blaze. Let me have a look here. I think it's just like a normal brewing stand in the blood altar. It is, which is just some stone slabs, which is quite simply 3 normal stones. So we'll take you and leave that in the blood altar until it's soaked up all 2,500 life points, and then we should be good to go. One thing we also need to do is make what's known as the Divination Sigil, not to be confused with the Division Sigil. The Divination Sigil basically allows us to check how many life points are in our blood altar at any given time. Right now, I'm fairly certain that it's almost full. I'm almost 100% certain that it has more than 2,500 life points in it, so we should be fine on that front. But, there we go, it's done. But also, we are going to need to get ourselves a Blood Orb, the most basic tier of Blood Orb at least, which is the weak Blood Orb, which is this guy over here. And the way that we make that is using a Mana Diamond with 2,000 life points in the Blood Altar. Again, a little bit of Botania crossover there. So, let's grab ourselves a Diamond. We should, again, as always, have enough mana in our mana pool. I do keep putting stuff on there every now and again. I keep putting stuff on the Endo Flames to make sure that we do have a nice amount of mana kept in our mana pool at all times. And, again, I think we do have more than 2,000 LP still in our Blood Altar up here. So, if we do something like this, that should actually start to work. Just to be on the safe side, I am going to go ahead and do this. And also drink some juice here so our HP fills back up again. But I'm fairly certain that we should have enough mana in there for that to make us a weak Blood Orb. And there we go. We have ourselves a weak Blood Orb. I'm not quite sure why it took so long compared to the chemistry set here, which needed 500 more LP. But we now have this. If we right-click, it will now be bound to us. It says current owner gaming on caffeine. And now all we need to do is throw down our chemistry set somewhere. This can go really anywhere. It doesn't need to be near the altar or anything like that. So if we throw it down, we have this nice little interface here. Now, for those who don't know, what the weak Blood Orb does is it's basically a way to carry around life points. So, if I, like, right-click this, I can't right-click it right now, it will just take life points off me. But if I had a Divination Sigil, I'd be able to see what was inside of this Blood Orb. So right now, there are so many thousand life points worth of blood inside the Blood Altar, and there are also so many thousand or so many hundred life points worth of, essence, I guess, inside the weak Blood Orb. If I put this in here, it will start to transfer some of the LP from the altar into the weak Blood Orb. But basically, there are some life points in here. Now, what do we need to make a Divination Sigil? We need a Nitor, a Blank Slate, and 6 Mana Glass. This is probably something that we should work towards, because if we don't have it, then we can't actually, like, accurately see how many life points we have. So, what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to put that down there. We do need some lava again so that we can actually get some more stuff made over there, because the Nitor is made in the Crucible, much like whatever it was that we made last episode. I can't remember what it was, but I know we did make something. But we need that. We need some Mana Glass. Mana Glass is really easy. We need a Blank Slate, which is made in a Tier 1 Blood Altar with 1 Arcane Stone block. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think, I'm almost certain that we have 1 Arcane Stone block. We have 2. Good. I'm going to say, I thought we had at least 1 lying around somewhere. So getting that should be fairly easy. We only need the 1 for now, so that should be fine. We'll stick you in there. Again, I'll give it a little bit more blood, but that should turn into a slate fairly quickly. There we go, we'll take you. We will then grab ourselves some glass. Again, I'm hoping that we have some. I'm pretty sure, again, that we do have quite a bit lying around. So I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. I'm also going to need my bucket. I will go quickly grab a bucket's worth of lava. And we're going to go ahead and stick that down right about there. I do want to make sure that it doesn't actually go ahead and pour down under the floor. Although it doesn't matter too much. I will remove that later on. Let's put some water into the cauldron. Please don't kill me, zombies. I am not in the mood right now. I have rituals to perform and magic to do. Get the flipping heck out of here. Also, let's go ahead and throw all 6 of our glass into here. I don't think Mana Glass takes that much mana, so we got all of that fairly easily. This should start to bubble over, and again, if we look at the recipe here, the way that we make Nitor is by throwing 1 glowstone dust into a cauldron that has 3 Potentia, 3 Ignis, and 3 Lux. Now, if memory serves me right, I'm fairly certain that we can get Potentia and Ignis from coal, and then we can get the Lux from torches. So, let's quickly grab, say, 3 coal. Each one of these, let me scan this real quick with my currently non-existent thermometer. I don't have a thermometer. The reason I don't have a thermometer is because I used it to make the deconstruction table, which is over here. I made this real quick between episodes. Basically, what this does is that if you're running out of aspects in your Thermcraft table, say for research or anything else, you can put stuff into the deconstruction table and it will make more aspects. So, for example, a crafting table will make any base aspect. It's one of the only items that allows you to get any of the 5 base aspects. So just putting a crafting table into a deconstruction table allows you to get basically infinite amounts of any of the base aspects, and you can use those to make more stuff. But that does also mean that we don't have a thermometer, which means I can't scan this. But I am fairly certain that if we throw this into the crucible, we should get all of the potential and all of the ignis that we need. All we need now is some torches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that. I'll use some charcoal. No point wasting our coal. And then we'll take those. And I think we got 1 lux per torch. I think if we throw 3 coal in, 3 torches in, and then 1 glowstone dust, that should give us back the 1 night ore that we need to make the divination sigil. So, what did I do with my glowstone? I'm fairly certain we didn't use all of it to make the blaze rods last episode, but I could be wrong. We got 20 left. Good. Whew, that would have been a bit of a pain. I'd have had to go and do a bit of a trip to the nether. But for now, let's take all of this stuff. We'll throw all 3 of our coal into here. 1, 2, 3. 3 torches, as well as a glowstone. And there we go. We got a night ore. Nice. Now, we should break that crucible. I will go back and break it in just a second. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to close this up so those guys don't get in. We're going to head over here, and we should be able to make ourselves a divination sigil. So we'll put you there, we'll put you there, we'll put you there, and we'll put you there. You do get the weak blood orb back, which is pretty cool, and we also get a divination sigil. Nice. So, basically, this is almost required to progress with blood magic. If you right-click on it, like so. Currently we have 3,512 LP in our blood altar, and it's currently a tier 1 blood altar with a maximum capacity of 10,000. If we right click anywhere else, it will tell me how many life points are currently stored in the blood orb that I have on me. So if I drop this, I think it should probably still tell me because I'm linked to this blood orb, but we have 588 within this blood orb. And again, if we look at the recipe for grass, this is made in the alchemical chemistry set using dirt, bone meal, 2 seeds, and then 200 life points. So we have more than enough to make, we have almost enough to make 3 grass blocks inside this thing, which is pretty cool. So, I'm only going to make 1 because there's really not much need for more than 1, because grass, of course, will spread to all of the other stuff with all the rest of the dirt up on my platform. All we need is 1 piece of bone meal, which we can make very easily using some bones, and we should be pretty much good to go. So, all you got to do for the alchemical chemistry set, put the stuff in where it tells you to put it, like so, and like so. Put in a weak blood orb in the bottom corner here with a little blood outline, like so. Give it basically a few seconds. And there we go. We got ourselves some grass. Nice. And again, if we check our division sigil, you can see we now have 200 less life points than we had before, but we do have some grass. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and put that right about there. We're going to not die to this creeper, if at all possible, although mob griefing is off, so it doesn't really matter too much. And then during the day, what's going to happen is this grass is going to spread out to all of the rest of this dirt, and it's all going to become grass, and that is exactly what we want. Now, the next thing that we need to do is we need to prepare for this ritual. So if we look at the division sigil, this guy over here, it says, inactive, you must perform the activation ritual. Sneak right click on an enchantment table for more details. So the first thing we need to do is make an enchantment table. To do that, we are going to need some obsidian. Let's have a look. I'm just going to type in enchantment table over here. To get that, we are going to need 4 obsidian, 2 diamonds, and a book. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will take 2 of you. 1, 2. We got 15 left of those. We should probably do some more mining at some point. How much paper do we have? We've got 3. That is perfect. And we've got 7 leather as well. Good stuff. All right. We'll take all that. We will make ourselves a quick book. Boom, boom. And then we'll combine that up with diamonds and with the obsidian. And we got an enchantment table. Nice. Now, if I put this down and I shift right click with the sigil, you will see it says that everything is insufficient. There are quite a lot of exclamation marks down the left side there. It says altar does not have a redstone circle. Altar cannot see the moon. Altar lacks sufficient natural earth. And then altar, it's too late. The sacrifice must be made at midnight. So, what we need to do is we need to kind of adhere to a certain number of rules that must be adhered to in order to activate this ritual. So for that, we are going to need some redstone. We're going to need 8 in total, because we need to make a nice little ring around this enchantment table. It needs to be midnight. It needs to be on natural earth, aka the grass upstairs. And we also need to have a sacrifice ready in order for this to work. Now, we don't currently have a sacrifice, but getting one shouldn't be too hard. Now, if I put this down here, I think the grass will still spread. Is that still grass? It is. Okay, cool. The grass, I think, should still spread. We're going to put redstone down, like so. I'm not sure if the grass will spread onto the redstone, but I'm hoping it will. We'll go away and we'll try that. Now, if we shift right-click, Everything is ready, but it's too late. The sacrifice must be made at midnight. So what we got to do is, it's a bit late now. We got to wait until nighttime comes around again. But basically, we have to wait until the moon is directly above us, at which point we have to kill any kind of mob on top of the enchantment table here. And then all of the dirt around us, all of the grass, will turn into cursed earth. At which point we have it. We will put a roof on top of this cobblestone wall that I've set up, and we will break this middle block. And then all the mobs should start to get pushed down, but they won't get pushed down because they'll kind of just walk there. You'll notice that there are some kind of spaces at the end here, and the reason why I've left these spaces here is not just for kind of fashion, it's not for design. The spaces are there so that we can put down some fans from open blocks, which are going to push the mobs towards the middle and kind of force them to land on the blood altar. You should not be in here. This is like restricted VIP access, my goodness. So we need to make ourselves 12 fans. If we're having fans, the fans are thankfully fairly easy to make. They're quite simply some iron bars, some iron, and then any kind of slab in the whole entire world. So let's go grab some of our massive pile of iron over here. We haven't flipped another guy in here. What is this about? Get out. Get the flipping heck out of here. The lag is real. What are you doing? There we go. Okay, we'll do that. We will make ourselves some iron bars, like so, and then we will make some probably cobblestone slabs because we have a ton of cobblestone right now. We'll do that fairly easily. We'll go boom and boom, and then we'll stick that down like so. Put you down up there, put you in the middle, and we need 12 fans, so we'll take 12 of those. Nice. Now, these, I think, they either need a redstone signal to work or they need a redstone signal to not work. One of the two. I cannot remember for the life of me which one it is. But basically, we're going to put it down like this. And it turns out they need a redstone signal to work. So right now, they're not doing anything. As soon as we give them a redstone signal, they should start to push all the mobs around them. Now, I did see an enderman a few seconds ago over here. We do need another ender pearl. We need another ender pearl because if we look at the recipe for the sacrificial dagger, which is the dagger that we use to kill mobs to get their life points into the blood altar, the way that you make it is using a tier 2 blood altar and a Thana. Now, unfortunately, although we do have a Thana, the one that you need to put in the altar to make the Dagger of Sacrifice needs to be one with 100% durability, so we're going to have to make another Thana, which requires another Mana Pearl, which of course requires another Ender Pearl, so at some point during the evening I'm going to have to try and find another Ender Pearl from somewhere and turn that into a Mana Pool. Also, you'll notice it said we need a tier 2 blood altar, which means we need to upgrade our current blood altar to the next tier, and I do again see an enderman. I'm going to quickly try and kill this guy. We should probably heal up just in case he gets a few hits on us, which he probably almost certainly will. Okay, well that didn't end quite as I would have liked it, so we didn't get an ender pearl, but I will find one of those at a later point. For now, what we need to work on is upgrading our blood altar to tier 2, and the way we do that is by surrounding the bottom of it with 8 blood runes. So if we look at NEI here, blood runes are these guys over here, and they're made using stone, any kind of shard from Thaumcraft, as well as a wavestone, and then any kind of blood orb. So we saw these blank slates before. Those are made using arcane stone blocks. We're going to need 8 of those, which means we're going to need 16 blank slates, which means 16 arcane stone blocks. Thankfully, they are made in sets of 8, so getting 16 of those should be fairly easy. We also need this waystone, which is just throwing flint into a mana pool and getting 4 waystones back, so getting those should be fairly easy. So basically, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go away. I'm going to try and get all this stuff, because basically, it's me making more arcane stone blocks, which you've seen, and it's also me giving blood and waiting for the slates to finish in the blood altar. So I'm going to go away. I'm going to make 8 of these blood runes, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so a little while later, I'm not quite there yet on the blank slates. I only have 6 out of the 16 that we need, but it is getting dark outside, so I figured we might as well do the ritual and get the thing up and running. So what I'm going to do to get a sacrifice up onto the roof is I'm going to go ahead and use a safari net, a single-use safari net, which basically means that it allows me to pick up any mob and put them back down on top of the building that we're on here, and then the safari net will be destroyed, but we only need the 1 mob, so this should work out just fine. So we need 4 string, 1 leather, and then any type of slime kind of ball, I guess. Do we have a slime ball? I think we actually have quite a lot of slime balls, thanks to the fact that our hammer actually spawns quite a few slimes kind of while we're down in the mines, which is pretty cool. Rhyme not intended there. Let's go ahead and just make 1 of those. Let's quickly find ourselves a sacrifice. We need to do it before midnight, which is a little while away. Yeah, we do have to wait until until the moon gets all the way up to the top. Now, I'm seeing a few creepers. I do not think that creeper's going to work. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and steal one of these cows. Thank you very much, whoever built this little farm here. It wasn't me that built this, by the way, but I'm fairly certain it might be for me because nobody else has kind of built a base around it. So, I'm going to steal that cow, and I'm going to go ahead and wait up here until midnight strikes, which should be, and all the grass is almost done, should be anytime soon. We don't have what it takes, but I'm pretty sure what we can do is just put a lever. For now, we'll just put a lever on the back of these here, and that should turn the fans on. It's going to be a little bit messy because you're going to see levers out in plain sight, but we can cover that up, and we can work out the design kinks later on down the line. And then what we've got to do as soon as we activate it is we've got to quickly cover up the roof, because if any of the cursed earth sees sunlight, the cursed earth will start to burn, and we'll just turn back into normal dirt, which is not what we want. So we're going to kind of sit here and wait until the moon is directly above us, at which point we're going to kill this cow. Alright, the moon is almost directly above us. You'll notice time when your division sigil starts to glow. If we shift right click, everything is ready. Perform the sacrifice. Throw down the cow. Kill it. And everything turns pink. And we need to quickly cover up the roof here before the daytime comes. And also, try not to die by all of the mobs, which, by the way, are slightly stronger than the normal, typical variety mob from Minecraft. So do be careful as to not die to them. We can kill them, but I would rather just cover up this dirt. Get the heck out of here, my friend. Okay, let's not die. And a little while later, we have something that looks like this. So if you put torches down, mobs won't spawn, and it also won't destroy the cursed earth. So this is a good idea whilst you're setting stuff up. Unfortunately, the explosion from the activating the ritual did destroy all my fans. He didn't like get rid of them. They just popped off the floor. It did destroy one of them. I'm not quite sure where that one went, but making another one of those should be fairly easy. We also need to grab some levers as well. So let's quickly go ahead and flipping. Where the heck did you? What's attacking me? Okay, so I'm not quite sure what's attacking me there, but doing a quick relog seems to have fixed the issue. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab another fan here real quick. I'll drop these zombie brains on the floor. Let's go ahead and make myself 12 levers, and we'll just drop those on the floor for now. We'll get rid of the dirt. We'll keep the iron bars if we can. They could prove useful. And now all we got to do is put down that last fan, put down all the levers, take down the torches, and mobs should start to fall. Now, before we do break the torches, I'm going to build like a bit of a tunnel here so they don't just kind of fall flipping everywhere. But let's put this back down like so. Let's get all these levers down. There we go. Now all the fans are down, so anything that spawns within this here should automatically get pushed towards the middle, kind of wherever it's standing. It does get pushed back towards the center block here, and they should fall down into the middle. So, I should probably get rid of that glowstone nook there. That's probably going to cause us some issues, but we'll get rid of that. Now they should fall. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go away again. I'm going to finish making up the rest of these blank slates so that we can upgrade our blood altar to a tier 2 all-star. I'm also going to keep a lookout for some more endermen, try and get out the ender pearl so we can make our second Arthana sword. And I'll be back in a second. And finally, quite a long time later, after we finished grinding away for those life points, we now have all 16 of the shards. So we should be able to go ahead and make ourselves a ton of these blood runes. We are going to need at least 16 of any Thaumcraft shard. I think I'm going to go ahead and use air shards just because we have an absolute ton of those compared to everything else. So now that we've got all that stuff, let's go in here. Let's put you there. Let's put you there. Let's put the stone in the corners. I do have stone lying around over here. We've got 64 good stuff. Let's put those in the corners. Boom, 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 and boom. And then we'll put these things either side like so, as well as the waystones from Witchery. And that gets us 8 blood runes, which we can then go ahead and throw down around the bottom of our blood altar. Now, we are going to have to move the blood altar up a little bit to put these down, but that is fine. We'll pick you up. And then we'll go, I think, we have to get rid of these things. We'll put those down. Again, I got to get rid of my glowstone nooks. These are here for light, by the way, if you're wondering. But I got to move all those. I'll put those down like just a little bit further out so we don't get mob spawning actually on this little blood island, because that's not what I want. For now, I'll just throw them down randomly just so we don't get any mob spawning, but I'll put those there. We then need to put the blood altar like that on top of it. And now if we right click with a divination sigil, you can see it says tier 2, current capacity is still 10,000. But what we can do now is I'm going to quickly kind of put some slabs on the bottom here. I'll make one more for that. But what we can do here is we can have the mobs fall down. We can kill them at their feet using the upgraded sword that we still don't have because I didn't kill any endermen. But once we get that, we can have the mobs start spawning. What I'm going to do real quick here is go and turn off the fans so that I can go ahead and get rid of all the torches without having to faff around with all that stuff. And there we go. Now that we've got rid of the torches and we've turned the fans back on, we are now going to get quite a few, hopefully, mobs start to spawn down. I'll let those build up a little bit. But none of this is actually any use unless we can get ourselves the Dagger of Sacrifice. So, it is now nighttime. I'm going to go away. I'm going to try and find an Enderman, try and kill it, try and get an Ender Pearl. And I'll be back in a second. And there we go, we got ourselves an Ender Pearl, so we should just be able to throw that into there. The server is lagging a little bit right now, but that turns into a Mana Pearl. We're then going to need some living wood twigs. I think we should still have some living wood lying around inside over here. Let me quickly do a bit of an inventory dump into this system. If I just triple right click, it should get rid and clear up a little bit of my inventory there. Good stuff. Let's have a look. Do we have any spare living wood lying around? I think we do. And yep, it's just down here. We'll take that. We'll also take some gold so we can go ahead and make those gold nuggets as well as the golden ingots. And I think that's pretty much everything we need to actually go ahead and make ourselves a second Arthana sword. So let's get a twig. Let's put you there. Let's get some golden nuggets and stick those either side. Boom, boom, with the Mana Pearl in the middle, the gold on top. We got ourselves a second Arthana. Now all we need is 2,000 LP in the blood altar here. Our creeper has disappeared, which scares me a little bit. I'm not quite sure where he's gone, but all we need to do now is go ahead and get 2,000 life points into the blood altar, which is kind of going to be exactly the same as we did before. And as soon as we got more than 2,500 LP in our tier 2 blood altar, if we throw our Arthana in, it should very quickly turn into the Dagger of Sacrifice. Let me just make a little bit of inventory room here. Our mob spawner looks like it might need a bit of work. There we go. We have the Dagger of Sacrifice. But there we go. We have a perfect contestant right now. We have 100 LP in our system. If we kill this guy with the Dagger of Sacrifice, which is, I believe, a one-hit kill. There we go. We now have 600. So we get 500 life points per zombie that falls down here. It needs a bit of tweaking because right now the mobs are kind of all getting stuck right at the top there, mostly because of the spiders, it seems like. The spiders can't fall through that one gap hole. So I might have to tweak the setup a little bit between now and next episode. But we do have another contester here. Let's get rid of this guy as well. Here you go. You've won. Boom. We should be up to like 1,100 now. There we go. So now we can get more life points into the altar without having to give them up ourselves, which is going to make going forward and doing more blood magic stuff so much easier and so much less time consuming. But if you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit that like button. It really does help out a lot. Leave a comment down below and I will see you guys next time.